Hey everybody, my name's Rogelio Rodriguez. This is my wife, Rachel. We've been at Parkcrest now for 10 years. We've been in a home community now for 10 years and leading a group for 8 years. So welcome to our home. We're excited to tell you a little bit about our journey. Rachel and I met like 15 years ago, and both of us were new believers. We were not raised in the church.
Our first or second week at Parkcrest, this guy on our way out said, "We're not leaving until we get plugged in." So he started asking strangers on the patio, but he really wanted us to get plugged in because we both know the importance of community, and we both wanted to start a family soon and just people to do life with. And then somebody said, "Oh yeah, come join our group."
My view of God before being in a home community felt very private. It felt very secluded to me, and even in our marriage, I don't think I had a really communal aspect to the way I engaged Jesus. But being in a community and practicing inviting people into the processing of my faith and the things I'm learning and the ways I'm experiencing Jesus has softened my heart to not just sharing, but also taking in what other people are experiencing.
Coming alongside families and sharing prayer requests, praying for multiple weeks, a long time and stuff. We get to share in the blessing of the answered prayer. And we get to see it unfold, and it's so much more exciting than from an outsider's perspective.
When we started a group, it was kind of like the young couples, and then it became young families, and now it's just families, right? And one of the things I think you described earlier was just how fun it is to have our kids rampaging and running around, but then there will be these moments where you could have all these parents together and we could be talking about some really heavy or hard stuff, and the way kids will just stop and engage that. And we've heard from multiple people in our communities how beautiful it is for them to be praying with their kids. One of the most special moments we've ever had with our community, it was at Joshua's adoption. And so we invited friends and family, and our home community was part of that circle who we invited. It was a big deal, so we asked a friend to photograph the event. And at one point, she asked us to wrangle the family together. And so we're outside the courthouse. We've signed the papers. Joshua's officially a Rodriguez. And she says, "Hey, let's just do a family photo right now. We'll get photos of everybody else. Right now, let's do a big family photo." And so we start calling my sisters and your mom and dad and your sister, and we all gather together. And in this really sweet moment, Rachel, Elodie, Joshua, and I are all in the middle. Elodie sees people from our home community standing off to the side, and I just remember her looking at them and calling out, "Rosie and Maya, get in the picture." And I kind of embarrassed. I felt kind of embarrassed because I was like, "Oh no, baby, don't do that. This is just a family photo. We'll take photos with them afterwards." And the way she responded was so beautiful, because she looks up at me in just this ultra confused way and said, "They are family." And it was in that moment that it wasn't just a celebration of making Joshua part of our family, but it was the recognition that God has extended our family even beyond Joshua, right? All these other couples and children who are in our community, my daughter was right. They are family, and God made it that way, and that wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't opened up our home, or if we hadn't just engaged in community in that way. Real relationships with others is part of a relationship with Jesus. So there is this depth of knowing Jesus that is not possible when you're not engaged in real community.